What is up, friends and people of the World Wide Web? Christopher Bueker here with ChristopherBueker.com. I'm very excited to be sharing my perspective on coronavirus, COVID-19. I believe that coronavirus is much more than what meets the eye. I believe coronavirus is much more than what is portrayed on the mainstream media. Yes, I know that coronavirus is killing people, a small population of people. It's creating stress on the healthcare system. It's dampening the economy. It's creating layoffs. People are having a challenging time paying rent, doing that sort of thing. People who live paycheck to paycheck are really struggling. And I know those are real world consequences. And I only have love and blessings to people that are suffering because of coronavirus. And at the same time, I'm very excited for humanity, because everything indicates that this is one of the catalysts that is going to propel us into our consciousness ascension. So consciousness ascension is when humanity realizes our essence and we outgrow our egoistic state of consciousness, and we come together and we realize that we are all from the same source and we're basically all family and we are all connected, and we start to treat each other like that. But for that to take place, people's minds need to change, and the governmental and corporate and monetary systems need to change as well. So I'm very excited about COVID-19 coronavirus, because I think I know it's a catalyst for our awakening, humanity's awakening. And it's phenomenal. I love it. It is very unfortunate. People are suffering because of this. And at the same time, the best thing I think that I can do, an individual can do, is remain positive and have good energy and pray and bless those that are suffering. If we allow ourselves to get into this fearful state of consciousness, we're allowing this situation to continue. If we want this situation to clear up, we need to feel good. We need to continue doing the things that we love and we enjoy. So it's like, follow the recommendations of the CDC. Take those precautions, minimize, negate exposure to fear-mongering media, just mainstream media in general, and then continue to do the things that you enjoy and light you up. And that's one of the best ways that you can contribute to and living in your heart space. Living in your heart space and doing the things you love, these are the things that are going to help bring about greater awareness and more connection amongst humanity, and allow us to have a deeper sense of community and interconnectedness and unity with ourself, our community, nature, and higher power and spirit. So I believe that coronavirus is here to awaken people, and I believe ultimately coronavirus, the end result will be bringing people together. There's this phrase, and it is, "We are all in this together." And I've heard this phrase for 10 or 15 years. And it's always resonated with me, because I am very much a power to the people kind of guy. And with a lot of things, I think collectivistically. I get my own, and I'm independent. And at the same time, I orient towards interdependency, where I am working together with other individuals who have mastered, become proficient at independence, and then they're in a position where they can create something bigger. I can create something bigger than myself by working with other people who are independent, forward-thinking, critical thinkers, creative, compassionate, have integrity, and so forth. Coronavirus, awakening people, being connected, being with our heart center. This is what coronavirus is about. So the more that we can live in our heart center, the more that coronavirus situation is going to clear up. So coronavirus is here to awaken the masses. And one of the things that humanity is going to awaken about is the corporate capitalist system. Right now, humanity serves the corporate capitalist system, and it should be the other way around. The system should be serving humanity, but right now humanity is serving money and serving greed and serving power. And not everyone has awareness of this, or they're willing to accept it. So coronavirus is going to help change people's minds about the status quo. How it's not okay to have a system based upon corruption and exploitation of nature's resources and humanity's time and energy. We have the technology where we can create a technocracy. This video is not about a technocracy, but it's a system where we can use technology and science and permaculture to serve humanity, so all our needs are provided for, our needs and our preferences are provided for, and so we're not slaves to the land. Yes, work is required, but we have the technology and we have the intelligence to minimize our human input, so we can focus on things that we enjoy doing. And that's what coronavirus is here. So the change that we see from 2020 to 2030, these 10 years, we're going to see vast, radical change. And yes, it's going to be slow. Sometimes it's going to be faster. But the amount of change that we see in these 10 years is going to be bigger than all the change we've seen in thousands and thousands of years before 2020. And this happens when people change their minds, when they open their mind to the reality that there's a better system that serves us all. And we just got to be in our heart center to do this. So coronavirus, in a roundabout way, is going to help humanity awaken to the reality that we need to reject the corporate capitalist central banking system. And we have the ability to create a system that works for us all. Yes, a new system completely can't really fix the old one because of how the monetary system works and how fractional reserve banking works and how they create loans out of money they create out of nothing, and then they charge interest on that. So this is not about the banks, but it is about our awakening, and for us to move past our current reality, we need to form a different monetary system and form a different way of governance for the people, so we can stay safe and we can prosper. The governments that we currently have are becoming antiquated, and we are figuring out ways of using the internet so we can regulate our behaviors, so we can be ethical and humanistic and treat our brothers and sisters the way we want to be treated. Because at the end of the day, morality cannot be governed. We have to instill those values in the youth and all the people of this society, so they choose to do the ethical behavior, so they choose to do the right behavior where they're being compassionate and they're treating others the way they want to be treated. So I believe this paradigm shift is about that as well. And when people have this realization, whether it's 1 month or 1 year or whenever the awakening is, the people who are already awakening or are awake, we need to be gentle and be kind and compassionate and hold space for these people, so it's easier for them to go through this paradigm shift. Because a paradigm shift is basically reality gets shattered and adopting a new one that is more accurate to reality, more accurate to success, more accurate to honoring our essence, that sort of thing. And so we want to be gentle, compassionate with the individuals that are going through their consciousness paradigm shift. And they will move through anger and betrayal, and they'll have to grieve the old system. Because a lot of people put a lot of time and a lot of energy into the corporate capitalist system. So like letting go of that is something they may be resistant to or have been resisting for some time, because they're becoming aware that it's a system that doesn't serve us and it's corrupt and it exploits people. So moving through this acceptance process, we want to do everything we can to make that a gentle journey for our brothers and sisters, and maybe the generation older than us, our caregivers and our parents. So I want to be very loving and compassionate when this happens. And there are some values that we are going to prioritizing in our life. And I think humanity, and we've already seen this, but it's going to start accelerating: local, buying local, resourcing local, employing people who are local. Same thing with the food. Local food always tastes better, so we're becoming aware of this. Communities in homes, in domestic settings, and connecting with neighbors. We're going to reestablish this connection. So coronavirus, we're going to start moving away from collecting on the internet, and we're going to start moving away to connecting in person again. And we're going to really embrace that, and we're going to start using technology to facilitate in-person connections. So that is a really beautiful thing. We're going to start eating dinner and fixing dinner with our family and our close loved ones, and we're going to start preferring that over going out for a dinner to a restaurant with a server and that sort of thing. Earth stewardship is definitely part of the paradigm shift. Going vegan is a great way to love the earth and respect the earth, and realizing that animals, they're here on their own right, and we don't need to eat animals to sustain ourselves. So respecting the earth, loving Mother Nature is part of this paradigm shift. It's part of the paradigm shift is back to the earth movement. And so that's being connected with Mother Nature. And this, helps reduce anxiety a lot. Playing games at home, a lot of things that are going on in the home setting. Another big paradigm shift that we are experiencing is employers and in the business world seeing that their employees can work remotely. And this is providing more of a work-life balance. So people are exploring this, and they're realizing that they can be disciplined in their home and take care of their business and either create an online business or have an employer where they can work remotely, and allows them to feel more connected to their home and their roots. So I think this is a really positive thing, the business paradigm shift that is going on right now. Another aspect is meditation. So the coronavirus is awakening us. It's a catalyst for our awakening. And meditation is definitely a big part of that. So meditation, more people are going to be practicing meditation than we've ever seen before. Like the rate at which it grows is going to be greater than we've ever seen. So that's really exciting. That helps in so many ways. There's plenty of information and knowledge about meditation on my website at christopherbueker.com. So you can find resources about meditation on my website. education is going to be more in control of the parents and the caregivers and the community as opposed to the government. People are losing faith in the public school system for good reason, because they don't really teach critical thought. They just teach to pass the test. They teach to the test, and this doesn't teach critical thinking. So it's a big injustice of the public school system. So that's going to be transforming as well. Organized religion, there's a a shift toward expressing spirituality and creating personal religions and personal expressions of spirituality. So this is very important, because the more effective you want to be at manifesting your life, the more you have to really get behind your spiritual practice. So the more people are getting behind their spiritual practice, the more effective they are in creating a life of harmony, peace, love, justice. Another shift is our monetary system. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to look, but what I do know is there's going to be a new way of currency, and it's not going to have to do with centralized banks and fiat currency. This will be a different way of exchanging value, where everyone has equal, basically, opportunity for economic gain, if you will. But it's going to be much more of a shift to egalitarian ways. So that is very exciting. And one of the last aspects of this paradigm shift is governmental structures are going to shift as well. Again, we're going to regulate our behaviors and govern through like community councils and the internet. There's no reason we can't use the internet to govern ourselves. The internet has basically made our elected officials, they're obsolete. So their time is up, or their time is very limited. And again, with the politicians and these elected officials that are part of the old paradigm, we just have to be gentle with them. We have to accept them. The people that we think are like war criminals and stuff, we have to be gentle with them, and we need to express to them that they're part of us and that it's okay, that we're all one and it's okay. We don't hold any grudges against like murderous politicians and stuff. We have to let that go so we can move forward in our path to ascension. So this is consciousness ascension. We're awakening. We're realizing that we're godly beings. We're from God. We're made in God's image. Our universe is conscious and intentional. So that's what we're all waking up, and that's what coronavirus is about. And that leaves me very joyful. So please comment below if you like this video. Please thumb it up. Please subscribe to my channel, ChristopherBueker.com. Go there, read about meditation, addiction prevention, and mindfulness. I have an email list there as well. Please do connect. Until our next video, keep living in your heart center. Thank you so much, and namaste, my friend.